What is up, guys? Dashing here for episode 662 of Community Universe Mode and edition number 20 of Friday Night Supremacy. A big night of action in store as we kick things off with the first of two semi-final matches in the CMV European Championship Tournament. We're going to finally find out which two superstars will go one-on-one at Point Break to crown a new European champion, as the Viking warlord Killian Red, who defeated Harry Wallace to advance here to the semifinals, makes his way to the ring as he's set to tangle with the former Unified World Tag Team Champion Gary Reed. Should certainly be a clash of styles. Killian Red, very obviously, you just have to look at this guy. Even if you've never seen him in the ring before, I think you could probably guess what his defining attributes are. The powerhouse, gonna want to smother Gary Reed and stop him from getting to the top rope, stop him from getting a hold of that arm, because if he does either, it's going to be game over for the Louisianimal. Gary Reed, meanwhile, getting a win over Ashley Amell in a very fast-paced matchup a couple of weeks ago to advance. Now on his own after last season dominating the tag team division alongside Walter Bollet, but with Bollet MIA, the Anarchy Championship now being vacated, nobody knows where he is or when he'll be back, if he'll ever be back. Gary Reed now has to refocus on his singles career. Already got off to a good start. Is he, looks like he's missing a big hole in his chest. Unless that's some sort of illusion, I'm not too sure. Gary Reed, as a singles competitor, very accomplished. Remember in NGW, he made it to the finals of the inaugural NGW Championship Tournament. He's done well in these type of situations before. Can he make it to the finals yet again as he strives to become European champion, represent his home country of Scotland? Here we go, Killian Red, Gary Reed. One of these two men is going to Point Break to face the winner of Bloody Justice versus Chris Sullivan later on tonight. If you like tag team action, certainly stick around because you're going to love what we've got on tap here tonight. 3 tag team matches. Our main event's going to be a doozy as well. It's Pick Your Poison tonight between Point Break opponents Shay Hoxton and Andrew Briggs, who will face off for the International Championship tonight. They had the opportunity to pick the other's opponent. Andrew Briggs going to be waiting in the main event. Meanwhile, Shay Hoxton up next. Going to be in that Supremacy wrestling ring. Who knows who's going to stand across the ring from him as Killian Red with a nasty falling powerbomb. Also tonight, it's going to be a tag team elimination match, just announced by Mr. Slate before the show started. We already knew that a tag match was going to happen, but the elimination stipulation added only moments ago, as it will be Subject Zero and Bram Miller taking on Quantum and Bob Luger. Killian Red, now how impressive is that? You wouldn't think a man his size can pull off a maneuver like a sunset flip powerbomb, but you'd be wrong. And speaking of powerbombs, how many has he hit already in this match? A barrage out of the gate. Gary Reed has been unable to respond. And here we go. I think the 5th or 6th powerbomb in a match that's only gone a little over a minute so far. There we go. Reed with a response, but can he build on it? Winding uppercut. It isn't European. Elbow to the knee. Gary Reed able to defend Killian Red trying to go low, and Red's not going to have much luck wrestling with Gary Reed. Going to want to stay off the mat. Definitely going to want to evade that cross armbar. Gary Reed has ended careers here in CMV with that move. Oh man, I think this is 6, 7, and 8. Killian Red has just officially tied Bison's record for most power bombs in a single match. Insanity, as Red really thought he had it in the bag right there. Not going to let Gary Reed rest up for too long, but perhaps those precious few seconds were all the Dragon needed as he gets a punch to the back of the head. Red just manhandling now, up against the ropes. This is not going to be pretty. Hang on. Hang on. No. Killian Red. I think I know what he's going to do here, guys. This could end very badly for Gary Reed. Powerbomb on the apron. A sickening thud as Reed's spine bent over the apron. And these fans chanting, "This is awesome," bloodthirsty here tonight on Supremacy episode 20. Somehow Gary Reed shakes it off. What resolve by the former Unified World Tag Team Champion, who now goes for a ride on Killian's shoulders. A 10th powerbomb. Grabbing at that lower back. That prolonged damage. The longer this match goes, the worse it's probably going to fare for Reed's lower back. If he's going to win this match, he's got to do it soon. Slides low, Red's ready for him, stomping down onto the sternum. Remember, semi-final matchup in the European Championship Tournament. The winner of this goes to Point Break to challenge for the European Championship. Killian Red, big knee to the face. A maneuver that would probably finish off most opponents, but not Gary Reed. 11. 12, and I can't believe I'm saying this, 13th powerbomb. Killian Red's got nothing left. He's expended all of his energy. 1, 2, but Gary Reed continues to spit in his face, refusing to take the L. Oh my God. 14 powerbombs. Before Killian Red can hit a 15th, Gary Reed says, "I think I've had just about enough." Irish whip on the rebound, goes low. Red coming back at him, rolls him over the knee. Kick to the chest. Gonna light it up like the 4th of July. Killian Red desperately trying to roll onto the bottom rope and catch his breath. Gary Reed stopping him for a standing moonsault. And a cheeky stomp to the thigh, and then a big old kick to the upper back. Scoop slam denied, knee to the midsection. Irish whip launching Reed across the ring into the corner. Nowhere for him to go. Red closing in, but Gary Reed still fights with everything he has left, targeting that arm. Killian Red not going to give him a chance. He set him up for that rolling arm bar. Scoop slam, Reed drops down behind, misses the overhand punch though, and that may have been the last mistake of the Dragon as he's brought into the corner. Last ditch effort, 3 elbows to the midsection, setting him free. Catches the boot, 15th powerbomb. The back of Reed's head smacking off the canvas. Massive Irish whip, a lot of force behind that one, tumbling down to the outside, and Killian Red is it to say, "You can't handle this, boy. You're unworthy in this ring right now." But Red's on the hunt, throws him right back into the ring. Just wanted to make sure he knew who the big boss was in that ring right now. The Louisiana Animal. 16, 17, 18 power bombs, ladies and gentlemen. Come on. 1, 2, 3. Gary Reed finally is unable to get back up. 18 power bombs in this match. And Killian Red advances to Point Break. My God. absolutely disgusting to witness. 18 power bombs in this match. Killian Red destroying Gary Reed, who still gave a hell of a fight. I can't believe he kept on going after that power bomb out of the apron. How that didn't break his back, I'll never know. But there's the final 3 power bombs. Killian Red is going to Point Break. Who's he going to meet there? We'll find out later on tonight when Bloody Justice faces Chris Sullivan. But man, oh man, whomever it is, they best be ready after a performance like that. And up next, guys, it is the first Pick Your Poison matchup. Later on, Andrew Briggs will face an adversary of Shay Hoxton's choosing. But right now, the international champion is going to be in the thick of it, as Andrew Briggs has handpicked none other than one half of the current Unified World Tag Team Champions, the 7-foot-tall, over 300-pound member of God's Chosen, Braxton Sutter. Shay Hoxton poised to defend his international championship against Andrew Briggs at Point Break. But right now, he is certainly going to have his hands full. Bit of a champion versus champion. The rest of God's Chosen not in action tonight. Chris Proudfoot getting a well-deserved rest, I'd say, after his last couple of weeks in action. Last week, the 6-man tag team victory, or should I say handicap tag team victory against the team of Bob Luger and Quantum, and then the week before that, defeating Quantum one-on-one. He's getting ready for his own championship defense against Bob Luger in the main event of Point Break, but, well, we'll talk about what Bob Luger's had to endure later on tonight. Right now, we're going to see if Shay Hoxton has any chance of surviving against the Tower, this menacing force of God's Chosen. Indeed holds one half of the Unified World Tag Team titles alongside Chris Proudfoot. But wherever one member of God's Chosen is, the others are never far. Shay Hoxton would be wise to have eyes in the back of his head. What a pick by Andrew Briggs. How will Shay Hoxton respond later on for our main event? Every single time this guy makes his way down the ramp, man, I get chills up and down the spine. I don't know how you couldn't. Looking at this runaway train barreling towards you. Braxton Sutter's first singles match this season. We'll see how he fares, because I don't even remember the last time Braxton Sutter had a singles match. He's kind of become adapted to the tag team scene and always having someone to fall back on. But I think if anybody can readapt, it's going to be Braxton Sutter. Credit to Shay Hoxton. I wouldn't be surprised if he tried to dip out on this match. But here he is. The international champion, Shay Hoxton. Of course, at Winterfest, knocking off Bob Luger to become the new champion. After Andrew Briggs defeated him, though, at Shake Up, became #1 contender. Now, we've kind of seen an uneasy alliance between Hoxton and Briggs these last couple of weeks, fighting against Subject Zero and Tailcoat Val, as Hoxton rips on the International Championship. But that alliance didn't hold up so well last week when Subject Zero and Bloody Justice defeated the team of Hoxton and Andrew Briggs. I think realizing that that partnership is a far-fetched dream, they now refocus on each other and their showdown at Point Break. So here we go, Andrew Briggs picking Braxton at Sutter to go one-on-one with Shea Hoxton. Who, even though he's trying to hide it, I can see the worry in his eyes. Both these men charging each other. I think that's the only way you can go after someone like Braxton Sutter. Just full steam ahead. Unrelenting. Because if you let him get going, pretty much impossible to stop. And there we go, some strength on display by the international champion with a vertical suplex and even a bit of a stall. Hoxton now up on the shoulders. Oh my God, a Hoxton with a sort of modified crucifix powerbomb. Taking a bow. I'd say he's well-deserved in doing so. Any man who can chuck 300 pounds without breaking a sweat, I think, deserves to bask in their own glory for a moment. Is he going to do it again? He is going to do it again! Shea Hoxton, another running crucifix powerbomb, and now goes low, targeting the nether region. Referee Johnson going to let that slide by, even though he had a very clear view. This man is not about to hit a third. Okay, Shea Hoxton, 3 crucifix powerbombs in a row to the 300-pound Braxton Sutter, and now against the ropes, Hoxton, belly-to-belly suplex out of the ring. What has gotten into this man? Not wanting to show fear, not wanting to give Andrew Briggs the satisfaction, I suppose. Thriving off of pure adrenaline. But now things may finally start to take a turn for the worse. Escapes the waistlock. Hang on! 21! 21! 21 by Hoxton! 1! 2! Oh! That's how dangerous the gambling man can be out of nowhere. As soon as he sees an opportunity, he seizes it and nearly had Sutter beat. Man, I'm used to a Braxton Sutter match pretty going the complete opposite way. Usually it's Sutter who suffocates his opponents with just monstrous offense that keeps them unable to respond. Missing a punch to the midsection. Gonna make up for it is the 7-foot-tall Goliath military press. Here we go. Now this is making more sense. Braxton Sutter enjoys picking his opponents apart. Spinebuster, stretch rope, body splash, 300 pounds down onto the sternum. But wait a minute, Hoxton, the craftiest man on the CMV roster, with a surprise small package. Doesn't even get a 1 count, but I think Sutter just realized you can't play around here. Can't dilly-dally. Punch to the side of the head. Couldn't have tickled. Single knee backbreaker. As I mentioned before, I think it was just like pure adrenaline for Hoxton. As soon as the bell rang, he just threw everything he had 100%. But now that we're a few minutes in, he's kind of tiring out, whereas Sutter, reserved, allowed him to do so, and now is taking the driver's seat by force. Drop kick by the big man. Not very often you're going to see a man Braxton Sutter's size leave his feet. Double chop to the chest, gets caught. Hoxton, European uppercut, misses wildly, and he gets a knee to the midsection for his troubles. He's going to suck the air right up out of him. Double axe handle then to the upper back. And right into the ring post. Referee Johnson already at the count of 5, 6. Braxton Sutter wanting an emphatic victory for God's chosen here over the international champion. Wasn't too long ago that Chris Proudfoot held that championship. It was Bob Luger who defeated him at Battle Scars to win it. Sutter taking the bottom rope with him. Throws out a right hand that cracks the jaw of Hoxton. Counters an Irish whip though, and from behind. Turning around, kick to the midsection. Not going to have any luck with that though. Plowed over with a clothesline and into a seated position. Sutter now, the knuckle sandwich. Pressing his closed fists into Hoxton's temples. There's a kick to the face. Hoxton, even on his back, is a dangerous man. Watch out, referee Johnson. Don't want to get caught between those two. Hang on a minute. Hoxton, I think he knows it's going to take something massive to keep Braxton Sutter down. And we've seen this before. 21, 21, 21 from the top rope. Taking just as much out of Hoxton as it does Sutter, but will it be worth it? Shoots the half. 1, 2, no! Hoxton looking around like it can't be possible, and out of frustration, a full mount punching Braxton square in the face. Psyching him out with a knife edge chop, only to then plant him with a DDT. Point Break, just a little over a week away. Hoxton set to defend his international championship against Andrew Briggs, but first he must make it past Braxton Sutter, who Briggs hand-picked. Later on tonight in our main event, we'll see who Andrew Briggs is going to have coming his way, courtesy of Hoxton. This has turned out to be quite a contest indeed, though. Oh, and there's Braxton Sutter with the choke slam. 1, 2. Hoxton, though, I think much to the surprise of this entire CMV universe, getting his shoulder up off the mat with but a millisecond to spare. Will we see a Hoxton choke slam? Now that would be a thing to see. Throwing Braxton Sutter back. Tries to clip the jaw, forearm smash though. Body block, all 300 pounds coming at Hoxton. High knee by the international champion. There's the full mount once more. These punches just getting through uncontested, and a slap. Braxton Sutter seeing stars right now. Shea Hoxton with a third 21. The bridge to pin. 1, 2, 3, and Shea Hoxton is victorious. Far from easy for the gambling man, but he stood his ground. He gave Braxton Sutter his all, and Andrew Briggs got to be watching backstage right now. Not thrilled with that outcome. He thought he had an ace up his sleeve, and he nearly did. But Shea Hoxton overcomes. Will Andrew Briggs have the same luck later on tonight in our main event? Shea Hoxton certainly seems to be ready for Point Break and Andrew Briggs. A stellar win over Braxton Sutter. Coming up next, before we look towards our first of 3 tag team matches, and actually a bit of an inter-promotional flair heading into Point Break, which of course is going to be a massive cross-brand event. It's going to be Ryan Kent and the United States champion Robert Cross taking on Chris Diamond and Josh Wolf. The match was supposed to take place last night on Crossfire, but due to some issues with their flight, Kent, Cross, Diamond, and Wolf were unable to make it to the arena, and so here they are tonight instead. We are going to be getting that match. Not to mention Bloody Justice taking on Chris Sullivan, who's going to Point Break to face Killian Red for the European Championship. That elimination tag team match, Sub-Zero and Bram Miller versus Quantum and Bob Luger. Will that alliance hold? And our main event, who does Andrew Briggs have coming his way? Handpicked by Shea Hoxton. But first, it's going to be newcomer to Supremacy, Mattox, who made his debut a couple of weeks ago, taking on fellow fresh face Jason Parker. The two were just getting into having a great match when Dada made her presence felt. Oh my god, what's wrong with these fans in the front row? They are sweating buckets. Must be hot in this arena. Either that or they're made of wax. Take your pick. But as I was saying, Mattox and Jason Parker having a great match until Dada showed up at ringside, in her own words, wanting to show these newcomers who runs the yard, that Supremacy is her show, and that they best take notice. Mattox wasn't having any of it, though. Left the ring, attacked Dara. Dara fought back, and that got the match tossed out via disqualification. So now Mattox is looking to get some payback against the Man-Eater. Not backing down. Mattox didn't come to Supremacy to fall in line. Has he picked a fight with the wrong gal, though? We know Dara, a force to be reckoned with between those ropes. And she's even nastier right now after falling out of the European Championship Tournament, taking her first ever pinfall loss last week on Supremacy at the hands of Chris Sullivan. What's up, J-Rod? This is the third match. You have not missed any of the Justice family yet. Come on.